How's it going, Dreadites? How you all doing, Dreadites? It's me, your boy Dread. We're here at the movie theaters for our movie watch-along, which I had announced a week ago on Twitter. We are going to be watching Godzilla Minus One because it is now available on Netflix, so everybody has an opportunity to watch it. I wanted to do it a couple weeks back, but I have the Japanese Blu-ray of it, and I understand that it was going to be quite difficult for people to be able to watch it unless you actually bought the very expensive Japanese Blu-ray release. So for that, my apologies. We're going to be watching the movie via Netflix. So if you have a Netflix account, make sure you queue it up. We are going to be watching the Japanese version with the English subtitles because I feel like when you're watching these type of movies, you should definitely watch them in the format that they are originally intended to be viewed in. So I'm going to be watching Japanese with English subtitles. We're going to queue it up right at the beginning of Netflix, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds here to queue it up if you haven't already. So we're going to queue it up literally at the 000 mark, and you know how Netflix will play the logo. And we'll do a countdown before we get into actually watching the movie. So it's going to be a pretty fun experience. I have seen the movie before, just an FYI for people, because I know some of you are probably like, has he seen this before? Yes, I have watched this movie many times before, actually. So it's a good film. It won the Japanese Oscar for Best Picture, and then it won the American Oscar for Best Special Effects. And the special effects do hold up rather well, although I do have a couple nitpicks with it that I will talk about. Now, as a reminder, I can't stream the movie. Again, you have to have it queued up on your end via Netflix. I can only stream my reactions, which is why if you click on this and you're looking for me to actually be streaming the movie, no, you have to pay via Netflix. I can only stream my reactions, which is what we're going to be doing. That's the whole purpose of a movie watch-along. So I'm going to count it down because I've stalled enough for time here. So on the count of 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. Alright, we got the good old-fashioned Toho Global logo, not the Netflix one. Now we have the actual traditional Toho logo, which is always good to see. I'm very fond of this logo. I've seen it many, many times. Let me fix my camera a little bit because it's off. This is the Godzilla 70th anniversary production of the film. It's a really good film, by the way, too. Alright, so we're starting with the water scene. Looks like something's flying over the water. What potentially could that be? Plane propels whirling. Wow, these subtitles even have that type of stuff. So it's like subtitles for the hearing impaired almost. It's kind of cool that they added that, even though we don't necessarily. Look at that. That's a really good shot. It's a really good camera shot. Just gives you a nice little sense. You know, very good cinematography right off the bat. Looks like it's going to be landing on an island. Oh, look at that. It's a bomb. So remember, this movie is set in post-World War II, so some of the subject matter might upset people, depending on what part of the world you're from, you know, because obviously World War II is not about sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. It's a very bloody history with a lot of craziness. So we're treated to a fighter pilot. He looks very upset and rattled. Don't wonder what's going on. 1945, Odo Island Airfield founded as a World War II. Odo Island Navy. So it looks like they're preparing bombs. No issues with the fuel line. So he just landed there and there was no problems with the plane whatsoever. That's interesting. So you're gonna give him some sass there? So Shika, I can't pronounce his name. Mechanic at Naval Air Corps. Tachibana. We were there at the same time. Ah, so they know each other already, apparently. This runaway of ours is chock full of holes. And you were still able to land safely? Huh. So he's a dogfight pilot in World War II. Oh, that's a kamikaze plane, guys. So I don't want to go into the logistics, but that's just like suicide, you know, bomber airline things. There's not one sign of any damage. Yeah, so he landed here intentionally because I guess he didn't want to, you know, do a kamikaze run. Oh, he's angry at him. I mean, when you think about, like, what they were asking pilots to potentially do in World War II. That's like, yeah, that was pretty insane. He didn't, obviously want to give up his life. Maybe he didn't believe in the cause they were fighting for. Ah, interesting take here. He said you need more people like him. He doesn't want to do that. Why? Yeah, yeah, see? So he doesn't even want him to die fever for that cause. So he's gonna pretend that, I guess, the plane actually was damaged to be able to get him free. It just landed there. Yeah, I mean, if you don't believe in the cause that you're fighting for, why would you serve that cause, I suppose, right? I mean, for him, it's probably a great dishonor, because back in 1945 in the Japanese, this would be dishonorable that you kind of turn your back on your country, I suppose. He's noticing something in the water. Notice the lighting in the scene? They did a really good job of having the sun flash on the side of the face to kind of signal that sunset was almost coming through. Look at those. Those are like fish type of creatures. Cutaway. So you notice that was pretty smart by the director. He was signaling that it was almost... that it was almost like sunset because of the way the sun was facing his face. Very good lighting. Very, very good lighting. They got the radar alarm. What is the radar alarm for, though? Oh. We're getting into this quickly. You heard the roar, right? What's there? Can only mean one thing. Godzilla's approaching. How big is Godzilla in the beginning, though? I wonder. Whoa! Look at that. That's the most gnarly I've seen him look in the beginning of a film. Oh, crap. Look at that. He's moving super quickly, too. Definitely gave him a very good dinosaur-like feel to him. How did they know that it's Godzilla? One of the locals told him. Okay, how convenient. Godzilla's near. Whoa, look at Godzilla, though. I like that they gave him actual dinosaur properties. And the roar is classic Godzilla roar, too. What are these poor guys gonna do? Is Godzilla, like... It looks like he's in his very first form, if anything. Like, very infantile Godzilla. It's not very large compared to our Godzillas, at least in the beginning of this film. No one knows what it is. Yeah, it's pretty obvious no one knows. What are they gonna do? They're gonna try to shoot him? I don't know if that's a good idea. What do you think, guys? They're mechanics. That's right. They don't know how to actually operate a gun. Enough to kill anything? I don't know if a 20mm gun is actually enough to kill a giant dinosaur like that. Highly unlikely. But, I mean, he is the only one with combat experience, right? So all he has to do is really just kind of fire this gun off and he should be fine. Look at that. That's like a very Jurassic Park reminiscent there of how Godzilla was stepping, guys. It's kind of cool. So he's getting in the plane. What's he gonna do? He's got him in pure sight of fire. Look at that. Look how menacing Godzilla. Oh, he's scared shitless. Dude, all you gotta do is fire and then the movie's over. Dude, all you gotta do is fire. He's paralyzed in fear, clearly. He literally has a bullseye on him. Just fire and this is over. He's afraid. Uh-oh. Look at that shot. That's freaking amazing. Like, look at that. They really did a good job of giving Godzilla real true life. I love the fact that he's moving around like a T-Rex almost here. Very T-Rex-like. Oh no, those poor guys. They're mechanics. They're not going to know how to kill Godzilla. They don't have combat experience. Oh god, it's just over for them. They started firing with muskets? That's really stupid of them. That's too late. They've sealed their fate. And those bullets don't seem to be affecting him at all. Oh, they're about to get ripped to shreds. I wonder why Godzilla's such a small Godzilla, though, right now. Oh, that's not good. A lot of Jurassic Park type of dinosaur stump footsteps in terms of special effects. That's pretty cool. Oh, well, that guy's dead. You can't kill him with bayonets. That's not, like, small shotguns. He's just gonna stomp all over you guys. Ooh. They started off pretty intense here. Man, look at that shot. That shot's just beautiful, too. You know, you would never think that they'd get the CGI effects for Godzilla so good in this film, but man, there's some really amazing cinematography in terms of the shot composition. Oh, this guy's screwed. He knows it's over, too. He's paralyzed in fear, can't even cry. This guy's not able to do anything. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's over. I mean, it was valiant, but you can't outrun that thing. How is T gonna survive, I wonder? Look at that. He just took the plane, threw it up in the air like it's nothing. Oh, maybe that's gonna be enough to kill him? No, he's still alive. Oh, you're screwed, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen to you. You're about to get 07 if you're not careful, bro. That's roaring. Why is he so pissed off? He passed out? How convenient. Is he dead? No, he managed to make it out of there. How? Did Godzilla take pity on him? Did he spare him? Look at that shot, too. That's an amazing shot. Just how they were able to get the close-up, but also the ocean background there, and that's a pretty decent wide shot, too. You could definitely notice they put a lot of love and attention to detail in terms of how the shot composition of this film is. He's running. Where's he running up towards? How many days was he knocked out, I wonder? Look at this. How many people are laid to rest? All of them are dead. Look how blue and pale they look, though. That's not, like, natural how a person dies. Oh, my goodness. He's still alive. How did he manage to survive that? Is he the one that fended off Godzilla so that those two could survive? Oh, he's gonna beat the shit out of him. Because all he had to do was fire. He had one job and he failed. Look at that shot. Look at that. It really looks like this town was destroyed, or the island. Everyone's dead. He broke his leg. Look how he's limping. That's a nice little detail, too. Oh, he's gonna beat the crap out of him. Yeah, man, they're all dead. How is he limping around? And this dude is a true fighter, because could tell he's got a leg injury of some sort, and he's still just dragging his leg. Huh. What's gonna happen? Did Tachibana survive too with him? It looks like. Look at this ship. Look at all these people on it. They're very somber, so I would assume this is World War II. Probably the events already happened and Japan lost the war. Yeah, they lowered their heads in shame, so they know what happened. They were defeated. Yeah. At this point, you can tell just the way they're looking. All of them are dejected. Oh, wow. What's wrong with him? What's going to happen to him? He's going to give him something? What is it? It's a letter? What is he giving him? He's pissed off at him, too. I guess because he knows that he's supposed to be a kamikaze pilot. Oh, he fell. Is he like a mail delivery person? Okay, he's going to open it. What is it? It's like pictures of some sort? Did he pass himself off as one of the engineers so he wouldn't get in trouble? December 1945, Tokyo. Yeah, so this is after the two bombs had been dropped. Yeah, you can just tell. Look at this. They're all living basically in tin rubble of what happened. How are these people gonna have radiation poisoning? Who's that? It's a woman. They recognize him. Sumiko. Yeah, how would he be? Yeah, he should have been technically dead, right? Yeah, she knows he was a kamikaze pilot. So he's gonna be... Everybody's gonna hate him in this town, right? Because he's supposed to serve his duty. Oh, wow. She's pissed at him. Oh, she's literally kicking the crap out of him. Interesting. He's, yeah, just learning his head in shame. He's acting about his parents. His parents ain't gonna be alive. She's pissed. Rightfully so. They're all dead too. So his parents didn't survive. Oh, so they weren't dropped. That's how they could survive. This one was the atomic bomb wasn't dropped here. It's just an air raid where everybody got destroyed. That's rough. Hmm. I feel bad for them. But I mean, those are the consequences of, actions, right? Even though you have to feel bad for the actual regular civilians, right? In a way. Because they're just carrying out what the government decides. Hmm. Return us alive. Interesting. He's heartbroken. This is a very amazing shot, too. Okay, I'm gonna pause here a second because I noticed that on my end, the movie is kind of on Netflix, like, a little bit out of sync. So we're gonna pause here at the crackling second, just a second, so I can just kind of fix the speed here and see if it plays normally. Could be there's a sync issue with the Netflix version. See, that should probably fix on my end, so I press play. We're at, is it good, not bad, in terms of the subtitle. Yeah, that fixed it for me. So there's a woman running through. Grab that woman. Whoa, she threw the kid on him. Poor dude. Get back here. Poor guy's looking. The baby's gurgling. The poor dude just looking on her here. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, has he ever technically taken care of a child? Most likely not. Baby cooing. He's gonna leave a baby there? You can't do that, bro. That poor child can't fend for itself. You're just gonna abandon the kid? It'd be rude. It'd be wrong. Yeah. Say he's a good guy. Oh, it's her again. Why did she leave the kid randomly there? Because was she trying to steal food or something? She just couldn't go out there, she said. Well, I guess if you're stealing things, they would be very pissed off at you, would they not? So she just literally was waiting for him to get out of the center. Yeah, she stole food for the kid. Well, you have to remember, at this time period, none of them would be able to have food, really, because they're trying to figure out what they're doing after the war. Yeah, he couldn't leave the baby alone. Very admirable of him. She's gonna take a liking to him. You can see already? She's gonna throw that on him, huh? Did she follow him home? Well, what little bit of home he has left. Yeah, she followed him home. Well, I mean, where else does she gotta go, alright? And what about him? He doesn't have anybody either. She thinks he's married. Well, hey, she's an eligible bachelorette. There's a chance for this dude. Is the kid not hers? One of the air raids? What happened to... Oh, she got the kid entrusted to her. Yeah, doesn't look like it's related. Interesting. So they're just gonna take care of the baby. Ironically, I will say Netflix did not do a good job of subtitling this movie. The subtitles are off a bit. Because I have the Japanese Blu-ray version, and the subtitles are actually more accurate in terms of timing. What do you call you? Yeah, like there's a 1.5 second delay in the subtitles. That's weird. Oh, wow. Don't belittle her. Wow. He's saying if you had to be a streetwalker, he wouldn't really judge her. Well, I mean, in times like that, I suppose, but for them, they have nowhere to go. You gotta let them stay there, right? Like, a gentleman probably would let them stay. Like, he's still grieving over his parents. Well, everybody has the pain of loss. Casualties of war, right? You know what's ironic? Had he... I don't want to say he should have fulfilled his duty. Had he fulfilled his duty, he probably would have been reunited with his parents in the afterlife. Yeah, he's all alone now, too. That's probably why he's... Yeah, he's got a conscience. He's not gonna throw them out in the cold. Where were they gonna go? They don't have a home. They don't have a place. What would they do? For them. This is my fault. I had the English closed caption subtitles on, that's why. There we go. It fixes for me now. I had closed caption on. Make sure you didn't do the same thing I did. He let them stay, didn't he? Yep, it's still off the subtitles, believe it or not, in terms of timing. Oh, Netflix, I'm actually very sad by that. Don't play dumb. Oh, she was stalking who was in his house last night? Oh boy, she's never gonna let him live with us down, right? Well, yeah, I guess he's gotta take care of them now, right? Wow, she's not gonna let him down. It's uncaring. Why is she mean caring? Did she, like, watch over the other people in that house? Guess she has a conscience. Even though she hates him. Yeah. Oh, she's actually helping them. I was about to say, how's she gonna breastfeed? She looks not like she's bearing children. Also, they got like a cotton swab with a little bit of milk. Man. Everybody in this town are hard times right now. Well, I mean, she just did a good deed. She's got to learn how to take care of them. She could learn, right? What did she give her? What is it? It's not for who? Adults can survive on anything. It's for the child? Use it to make rice grow. I thought she said she was done caring for them, though. She doesn't want the child to die, probably. You better bow, man. She hates her guts, but will win up the child. March 1946, so a year later. So they're still living together after all that time? Are they married? I mean, by this point you figure they'd be married or something, right? They've become a domesticated family in a way. He found some work. That's good. That's a good sign, right? That's promising. What type of work is it? Money's not bad either. Pay in advance of 3,000 yen. 3,000 yen's pretty good, I guess, for that time period, considering when you're on phone on hard time. Look at this. You can tell how on rough times they are, because look at this little makeshift shack. The rain is falling from the ceiling. That's a very good, nice touch. You can see the windows are punched out there. You could really tell that this was just made from scraps, this house. So it's a government job he took. Yeah, the subtitles, when it's regular English without closed captions, is a little bit better, but the time is still a little bit off. It's a cleanup job. But the pay is extremely good. He's thinking about their well-being. He's a very stand-up guy. I guess he's trying to repent for his, you know, in his view, sins for not carrying out his duty. What else can I do? So he's gonna go, like, destroy mines. Yeah, he wants to save the kid's life so that it doesn't starve. She seems to take a liking to him already. Yeah, she's really concerned about him. Can buy American powdered milk. I forbid you to die. So she has attachment to him emotionally. Just because it's dangerous doesn't mean I'll die. How do you know that? It's not like being a kamikaze pilot. He's trying to reassure her. Special boat made to evade mines. They don't have that technology in 1946. Yeah. His face says everything, doesn't it? That's a tiny little boat. Ain't gonna find. That's a special boat, right? Designed to avoid mines? Yeah. He got conned. This is why you never believe the advertisement that's put in the newspaper. I guess in this time period it would be, this time period would be newspapers. I guess our time period would be the internet. Hmm. Disappointed? Of course he's gonna be disappointed. You lied to him about this boat. 60,000 mines off the Japanese coast, huh? Well, I mean, they were more technologically advanced. Oh, that's why they're using the boat. There was a reason to it. They can't use metal because they'll set off the mines that are in the ocean. Ah, okay, so there was a reason for it. More to mines, but wood boats are the best countermeasures. I suppose that's true. He's Noda. He developed naval weapons during the war, and now he's doing mine cleanup. Captain Akitsu. Another guy, I didn't get his name. Because it came too quickly. He's just gonna call him Kid. Because he wasn't in the war. Yeah, I suppose. Minesweeper, the Shinshu Maru. Hashima. Interesting. So those are the better ships, and they're like the man in the middle. Interesting. So that's how it works. And then they just shoot the mines. Is he good at? Is he a good shot? I wonder. He missed terribly. He missed terribly again. He wants to give it a try. Let him get it a try then. What's the worst could happen? See, he was a fighter pilot, so he knows how to line up shots. Is he gonna get this on the first try? Yeah. On the first clip of it. He must have been a really good pilot during the war. He didn't see any real action, though. Hmm. He's trying to make them equals, that's funny. But he can fly a plane, yeah. That's a good point. He would have learned. Why would you say that, man? That's so insensitive to say that. Look at him. He grabbed him by the neck. I would have too, man. Nobody wanted that to last longer. He was about to punch him or throw him off the boat, and he would have deserved it. Yeah, you are an idiot. I agree with the captain here. So he's sleeping. What's going on? He's waking up. Is the shack on fire? What's going on? He's in disbelief. What's happening? Is Godzilla already on the city? Is he working that quickly? Oh no, he's having a nightmare, a flashback to what happened already. Fall back, yeah. That shot is so reminiscent of Jurassic Park, it's not even funny. Looks bigger, does he not? A little bit? In the nightmare? Interesting. They don't sleep in the same part of the bedroom. So they're not romantically involved then. That's a good sign. Not a good sign for him, but I mean, that the fact that they're sleeping in separate bedroom areas implies they're not romantically linked. Because people in Japan, even at this time, they would have been in the same room at the very least. That's some very good storytelling in terms of cinematography. Like, alluding to things without having to say it. There's a rule in cinema, in film. You're supposed to show, not tell. So you don't tell, like, oh, we're not sleeping in the same room. You show that they're not sleeping in the same room so that they're not romantically involved. Oh, he's acting all crazy. He has PTSD. It's pretty obvious. Oh, he threw her. He should have. He's experiencing some severe PTSD right now. She's, like, not even sure what to think. Did he finally come to his senses? What are those pictures? Are those pictures of his family? I don't think so. Those look like pictures of Earth people. Yeah, he's PTSD has him all screwed. Poor guy. July 1946, Bikini Atoll, Operation Crossroads. They tested a bomb, it seems. Oh, that's Godzilla. Oh. You know what that means. If you thought he was a threat before, he's going to be an even bigger threat in the future. Because he just got radiated with nuclear energy. Oh, the kid grew up quickly. How old would the kid be, you think? Probably about 2 or 3? Toddler age, I would say. Looks like he got used to his job, too. Everything's so happy. Their life is very happy-ish right now. This is some foreshadowing. Like, they're becoming a happy little family, and Godzilla's somewhere out there in the waters just ready to wreak havoc, right? That's such an amazing shot there. Shows the lovingness, the maternal instinct of her. He's happy? Why is he happy? Oh, the picture. See? They're telling you things without having to say it. That's really good cinematography work. Oh, they built the shack. It's wooden now. They're becoming one happy family. But are they married? Nice place you built. Worth every penny. Shikishima. It looks like... It doesn't look like they're married because of the residence in the front will look differently. She's become a very capable housewife. Don't waste film, smile. But notice they're not sitting really close to each other. So I guess they're not still romantically linked despite all the time that they've been together. No coveting. Oh, because he took a picture. She's not a wife? Yeah, so they're not married. Oh, they're gonna give him the look like, what the hell? Wow. They're so crazy. They aren't related. Well, I mean, they're like a adopted surrogate family altogether. Huh. It is a pretty beautiful story in a way. He took him in. And she called him Daddy. Aw, you don't tell a young kid that. You're gonna hurt the poor kid's feelings. It is very hurtful to say that. He's right. See, the captain's right. Fate did bring them together as a family. He should embrace it. Oh, he's drunk. That's gonna piss the dude off. Don't want that. Dude, the kid is right there, and the Nordico's right there cooking and slaving over. Like, don't be a fucking asshole, right? Like, you can hurt somebody's feelings majorly like that. 1947, so how many years have passed now? 3 years? She returned herself? What's she wearing? Oh, it looks like she got an office job of some sort. Yeah, she got a desk job. Well, after him saying that he wasn't interested in stuff, she's probably trying to get enough money to move out, right? Because why would you stay wasting your time with a dude that don't love you? Yeah, see, she wants to stand on her own 2 feet. Yeah, see, she's come to accept the fact that her and him will never be together. So she's getting ready to prepare for her life. She's probably going to move to Ginza. He's upset now and hurt. What about the kid? Why are you trying to make excuses now? It's too late. You had your chance with her. You didn't want her and you didn't want to make her a wife with you. Sumiko's gonna look over her. That's interesting. Interesting. He's shocked. He's hurt. He's upset because he knows that he's gonna be all alone now. But, I mean, it's your own fault. You had your chance, buddy. Sometimes when an opportunity to be with somebody that actually cares for you, you can't pass that stuff up. You never know if you're going to get another opportunity, right? You know? Uh-oh. Look at that. United States ship got wrecked. Got ripped apart. What ripped it apart? Shrek record. Yeah, it's much bigger now. So it's just hanging out in the water for a year, getting bigger, so it could then just make landfall and destroy shit now? Hmm. Interesting. It looks like it's returning to Japan. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's gonna hit Japan. I mean, that's where Godzilla was born, right? So obviously he's gonna return to where he was born. State of regret. Recent Soviet movement prevents U.S. military resistance. So they're on their own. United States military will not be able to help them against this threat. That's bad. They're all left high and dry, and you obviously, if you know your history, they're not able to really have like weaponry, an army of any sort to be able to like defend themselves, because that was what was included in the Treaty of World War II. It wasn't until much later on that things changed. Giant shark? That's not a giant shark. A whale can't do that either, man. That was ripped apart by something bigger. Obviously Godzilla did that. They're afraid. An enormous creature. Skeptical until you saw it. He knows. He knew automatically, based on the damage. He's saying, look there, where are they looking at? Oh look, it's the same fish from Odo Island. He knows what's up. He knows Godzilla's around. He's gonna tell the story. A little bit of foreshadowing here. Godzilla! No, that's not gonna be good for them. It's gonna be bad. Very, very bad. Something did wipe them out. The entire garrison on Odo Island. No, the Americans didn't do that. It was Godzilla. The probably Japanese news did a blackout the military. Repair pace for kamikaze pilots. Pardon me, I'm going to be shifting around a little bit because I'm trying to get comfortable. The way I'm sitting is kind of giving me a little bit of a leg cramp. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Sorry about that. Move the camera a little bit. It must have grown much larger and powerful. That's true. Definitely, the radiation definitely mutated it. That poor kid. He looks like he's got a life preserver on, but it makes him look like a hunchback. Well, you're gonna have to fight in that boat. You're out here on your lonesome by yourself. Clearly, you don't stand a chance. So it's a U.S. warship. I guess they gotta stall for time, but what type of time are you gonna stall for? The Takayo is coming from Singapore? It's a heavy cruiser? Huh, interesting. So they're returning it to give them something to help with? So they gotta stall for time. At least they gave them a boat to actually fight with, but that's not gonna be enough to fight Godzilla. Wow. It's a convenient plot device that they used for the movie to explain why the United States wouldn't help Japan at this time period. Small stuff. Does that thing look like small stuff? Yeah, I'm with this dude here, 100%. They're gonna use the recovered mines? So the weapons that they've been recovering for all this time that they scavenged, they're gonna have to use against this threat. And they're sworn to secrecy by the government. Man, that's crazy. And if they die, it's not like they're gonna compensate their families, right? Man, they got put to work even when they weren't supposed to be put to work here. Let's see. Have they spotted anything yet? So they're taking turns, I suppose. Don't push yourself too hard. He's already had one encounter with Godzilla. He's probably petrified for his life. Do they all have PTSD? Looks like the scientist Noto is saying the same thing. Yeah, they do. They have trauma. Nothing wrong with people who have trauma, as long as they're able to overcome it and get the help that they need. He's really terrified of it. This might be his chance at redemption, though. If he can take care of it. More than those two mines, though? He might be right about that. I don't know if they're going to be able to do much with two mines. I see something, what? Are the fish back, or does he see something bobbing in the water? Yeah, it's the fish again. So Godzilla's definitely close. I love how they just tell you things without telling you. That's great cinema right there. I wonder if the fish are connected to Godzilla in any way, like they come out of his body. I never could figure that part out. It's coming. Or maybe because Godzilla's radioactive, these fish die just in the water, so they float to the surface. So if there's a whole bunch of them, obviously it's a big monster, right? Maybe that's what the purpose is of this cinematography shot. What's gonna happen? Kashin Maru. That's, I guess, a refer back to Gorimaru, which was the original ship in Godzilla 54. That was the one that got attacked by Godzilla. The monster will head to Tokyo. They're gonna try to cut it off. Suicide mission if you do this. Yeah, they're gonna go after Godzilla. This guy reminds me of Jaws in a way right now, right? The captain kind of going rogue, taking the ship to try to fight something that knows it's greatly mismatched by. Ah, don't look like they have to go chase Godzilla. Godzilla came to them. Look at that. Oh, amazing shot. That was kind of like right out of Jaws there, too, when you think about it. It definitely gave Godzilla in this film a lot more sense of, like, aquatic nature to him, which I think is kind of cool, because we do see Godzilla swim in all our movies, but we've never seen him truly aquatic and, like, a terror of the deep. It's kind of cool how they gave him -1 version a little bit more sense of it. Like, this is, like, really, like, you could tell some influences to Jaws just in this shot. Just the waving of the dorsal fins in the water, the way it's moving around, the tiny ship against a threat that's basically, you know, something they can't win necessarily against, right? Just like how in Jaws, on the ship, you know, they don't think that they're going to be able to beat the Great White. Great White is probably going to kill them. So there's nice little parallels between the two right now. You're going to fire the mine? Better hurry that up. Taking their sweet time to drop that mine. Better throw it if you can. Barely dropped that mine. Is that going to be enough to stop Godzilla? I doubt it. Look how big he's gotten since the last time he actually was landfall on Odo Island. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? Is that going to work? I doubt it. So he wants him to shoot at the mine. Okay. Did that work? I doubt it. I doubt it. That didn't look like it did anything. Ah, he's pissed. Holy crap. Look at that. That's an amazing visual effect, too. And the movie didn't have that high of a budget, so keep that in mind. Like, the things that they did with the budget that they had. Because, you know, in Japanese film of this nature, they don't get super, super high with the special effect budget. He's paralyzed with fear. This is not the time to be paralyzed with fear. You'll have everybody die. Started firing. Look at that shot. Look at Godzilla. You could tell he's pissed off. Just his eyes and the facial reaction. He's not a lifeless creature anymore. He actually has emotion, anger behind him. Look how angry he looked. He looks seething, pissed off. Probably because he was, you know, bombed with the nuclear bomb, so now he's just angry at the world. Real? Yeah, you only have one in your mind, so you better do something. Because if not, you are very, very screwed. Is he gonna eat it? Okay, fire it. Is he gonna blow it up? It didn't work. The fuse isn't connected. Oh, look at him. Look at Godzilla. He's very pissed. I love the fact that his eyes are even locked on to certain people on the ship. I wonder if he remembers Shiki, the main character of the film. We'll call him Shiki for short, because his name is just way too long. Oh, he bit the fuel cylinder. It's in his mouth? We better fire that. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything against him, though. Better hit a direct hit here. If not, it's over for them. 0-7. Oh, he blew up his face. Did he kill him? If he did, we're going to get credits. It'll be the shortest Godzilla movie ever in existence. Did he get him? Was it successful? I don't know. I'm asking you guys. Is he dead? Look at that. He took some damage. Oh, he just blew the side of his face off. Look at that. Godzilla's got regenerative powers in this movie. Oh, you're in trouble. They gave Godzilla a freaking Wolverine healing factor. Is he scarred in that area though now? He is. He's scarred on that side of the face. That's a cool little... Oh! The ship came to save him, because if not, they're gonna get fucked over badly. And it's Godzilla versus the ship. I still think Godzilla wins, though. Because you can't stop the might of Godzilla right now. Oh, he got hit a couple of times. Is that enough to kill him? I doubt it. He's got healing powers now. He could just heal. And just attack again if he wants to. Look at that. He's still alive. Is he going to retreat? Or is he going to destroy the ship, I wonder? He's not retreating. He's just pissed. Look at that. We've never really truly get to see Godzilla a lot in the water. Oh my goodness. Look at that. He just freaking landed on the ship. It's over for them. He just destroyed the ship easily. That's a nice shot, too. The music is a good choice, too, for this scene. Can really get the sense of dread that's going on there. No pun intended. Look at that. You could tell Godzilla, every time he gets shot, like, he has scars after he heals, too. It's freaking cool. Ooh, look at that. He's not happy. That was a direct hit, though. Did they hit him in the heart there? Are they going to be able to survive thanks to that, or is Godzilla going to come underneath them, I wonder? Did they just barely escape with their lives because of a well-timed shot? Seems that... Oh, no! Look at that! You know what that is. It's glowing. That's why I want atomic blast. Oh. R.I.P. Takio. 07 Takio. Yeah. Notice how Godzilla's atomic breath in this one's actually like if he's firing off an A-bomb. That's freaking crazy. That's a nice detail to him, too. Look at that. How do you stop that type of Godzilla? He's burnt, he was charred, he was blasted a couple times, and he's still standing. Looks like he's done playing around. He's went swimming. But they're alive. They should be lucky that they got out of that with their lives. He's got a bad gash over his head. Is he gonna pass out? Yeah. This dude just likes passing out. He woke up in the hospital. He's lucky. He's escaped Godzilla 2 times so far. Not many people can say that they've lived to see Godzilla twice. Oh, they're okay. How many days was he out, I wonder? You're in the hospital, clearly. Clearly. Kashimaru and Tako, they're both destroyed. Gojira. He's trying to go after Godzilla still? That's not gonna work, bro. Whereabouts are none? He's probably hiding in the water, probably trying to regenerate some. They're not allowed to talk about Godzilla, remember? Yeah, they're not gonna tell the public. They're gonna keep it quiet. Well, I guess it would cause mass panic, but at the same time, they would be able to evacuate. See, I'm with the main character in this film. Yeah, no one is gonna take responsibility. Yeah. Poor him. He knows what's going on, and now he's gotta keep quiet about it. And he goes back to the hut. And she knows that something bad happened. And he can't talk about it. Don't be mean to her, though. Noriko's just trying to, like, be caring about you. You know, if I wish I had myself a woman that cared about me that much. Interesting. Well, I mean, he's been through a lot. I guess he's afraid that if he keeps... I guess, from his perspective, if he lets somebody into his life, he's probably afraid that that person will get hurt because of him. You know, but he's got a lot of guilt. I suppose that's the reason why. Noriko's actress definitely did a very good job at her role. She just wants to be close to him. Is he going to finally tell her the truth? Is he going to tell the secret? Let's see. He fled his duty, yes, so he's going to tell her the truth. I wonder if she's going to care about that. It's surprising news. He pretended his plan was faulty. I mean, he didn't want to go through with it. I know it's dishonorable by their perspective, but, you know, if you don't believe in the war, the cause you're fighting for, why would you want to do it? Don't blame the guy. She's shocked? Is she gonna be, like, outraged over this? Finally know what the photos are about. Oh, but why was he given the photos? Because I think he probably tried to pass himself off as the mechanical pilot. Excuse me, as a mechanical engineer. At the beginning of the film. You know, because he was dressed differently. Because if anybody found out that he, like, abandoned his duty, he probably would have been put to death. If not, like, jailed for the rest of his life. So he's had to carry around with that secret, I suppose. Oh, he's telling her about Godzilla. I didn't think it was going to go that far in telling her. He told her everything. Please trust her. I mean, she wanted him to open up. This is a very heavy story for him to tell to her. It's heavy to take in, I suppose. But maybe this will make them become closer to each other. She has the guilt of that he's constantly run away from this. Yeah, that guilt. He's never going to get over the guilt that he deserted twice. What he was asked to do. In one time, it was okay to do it. The other time, not so much, I suppose. Is he going to tell her that it's back? Yeah. So he did tell her the whole entire truth. Despite the fact he would get in trouble by the military. And the government. He cares about her to a certain extent, you would think, right? To share something that private with her. He's so grief-stricken. He doesn't have anything to look for. Oh, she cares, look, because she leaned in. See, she's giving him motivation. She cares about him. He's a very tortured guy. She's a survivor. He's not in survival mode, he's in depression mode. You know, that's how it's always kind of ironic when people who fall in love, to a certain extent. One of them is the survivor and the other one is the one that's kind of guilt into, like, kind of down in the dumps. I don't know why that is in life. I guess those type of personalities tend to find each other often in life. I don't know, I guess maybe in a way it's the I can fix him, I can fix her type of scenario. This is a situation where Noriko's definitely is like, I can fix him. He thinks this is an illusion, he's having PTSD again. Smack him. That's the way to snap him out of that, right? No. Yeah, he's... Yeah. No. Snap out of it, you're crazy. PTSD kicking in. She loves him. She does. She really does. She loves him. You can tell. Because if she didn't care, she wouldn't have leaned in like that and given that type of tender love. You know why? Because back in that time period, if a woman, like, basically had your head and rested it towards her bosom, I guess is the nicest way to say it, that would be a sign that she actually really cares about you because she wants you to be closer to her heart, so to speak. It's like a 50s thing. Not too many people know about that. I'm not from 1950, keep that in mind. I'm way after that time period. I'm a millennial. But that's the time, that's what they did in that time period. I watch a lot of 1950s movies, that's what I know about it. Oh, look at how big Akiko's gotten so far. She can actually, like, talk in full sentences. She's very loving to her, too. Very maternal. See, he does love her, because, look, he's giving that glaring... Not a glare, but he's giving that gaze that he really cares about them. Look, he's looking over at his family that are dead. He really... If it weren't... See, he said, can I? If he could put everything to rest, he would basically make a family with them, marry her and stuff. The thing is, can you afford to wait with the threat of Godzilla looming? That's the real question here, guys. You know, I've been saying for a while, sometimes if you have an opportunity at, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Love? You know, to find, I guess, the person you're meant to be with, and somebody gives you maybe the signals, should you go for it? Should you not go for it? You know? What are the possibilities that you'll get that opportunity again in life, right? Maybe you passed on your soulmate. I believe that's what the main character is trying to ask himself right now. And the only way for him to do that is to be able to get over the grief and finally put an end to the conflict that is Godzilla, right? And here we have the title character. It's like if it was right on cue. He's back. And he's angrier than ever. And he looks a little bit larger than he was the last time, too. How are they going to be able to deal with this threat? Like, at this point, you can't really engage against it, can you? Not successfully, I would say. Don't believe it? Yeah, it's here. It's a really living thing. I will say I'm a little disappointed with Netflix's presentation of the film because the subtitles are off. They're not timed correctly. They're off by a bit. People will be like, Dread, how the hell do you know this stuff? Work in film and television. I can tell when things are out of sync. On top of that, I do understand, without the subtitles, what they are saying. Even though I don't speak Japanese well, I do understand Japanese to a very high, intermediate level. Oh, look at that. It's Godzilla surfacing. Oh, look at the kid. Oh, the sirens. Oh, no. What is he gonna do? They're only in a tiny little shack. What can he do to protect her? Radio? What's the radio saying? Emergency news report? Yeah, so they're gonna have to evacuate. I think. Where is Noriko in all this? I wonder. Yeah, they have to evacuate. No, it's not a hoax. Now, notice that the Japanese government told them they could have evacuated days ago so nobody would be put into harm's way, right? Is that Noriko trying to save a kid again? Yeah, looks like it. Look like it, right? Look at that. Godzilla's just throwing cars and trains in the background. Oh, there's that Jurassic foot stomp effect again, too. They definitely were influenced by Jurassic Park. Oh, Noriko's on the train. That's not good. She has no idea what's probably going on, because back then, trains didn't have, like, you know, radio comms, right? They can't tell you there's a giant creature on it. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. That is definitely a throwback to 1954 Godzilla with the train scene. Just done much differently. As well as Godzilla vs. Mothra as well. Because there's a train scene in that film with Godzilla. Real quick. Yes! Akira Ufukube film theme song. The OG Godzilla theme. Gotta love it. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing that is a nitpick with me, even though Godzilla looks freaking cool in this shot. I feel like Godzilla's stomping in the special effects is still a little too static for my thing. I understand he's very heavy, so his weight would cause him to move slower, you know, physiology. But I feel like in this particular shot, it's still a little too rigid for me. I feel like he should stomp a little bit quicker in terms of it. Look at that, though. That shot's pretty cool. That's my only nitpick with the movie. I am not too fond of how Godzilla stomps around. Ooh, look at that shot. There's something great about the cinematography, though, here. The camera kind of just turns and pans with her, and the visual effects being melded together so perfectly here. That camera shot there of her looking down, too, in the angle that she is. And I will tell you one thing, too. There's just something cool about the shot choices of how Godzilla's moving around. Like, some scenes when I don't have him actually, like, tippy-toeing around, where I'm not seeing his legs move, the effect works better for me. Other times it doesn't. They're using the Mothra theme. Godzilla vs. Mothra theme. So they're intentionally, guys, paying homage to the scene where Godzilla attacks the train in Godzilla vs. Mothra. That was definitely a throwback to that, because they wouldn't play that music otherwise. That is a scene that's a throwback to Godzilla 54 right there. Originally they were on top of Tokyo Tower, but here it's different, because this isn't 1954. Remember, this is happening in 1947 in this film. So they didn't have really a Tokyo Tower, if I remember correctly then. Oh, Godzilla, look at that. See, in that shot, he's moving around a lot quicker, more fluidly. So it's only inserted shots where I didn't like his stepping. No, he's not happy. He's pretty angry. He's gonna just turn and give him glare, or is he just gonna completely ignore them, I wonder? Why are these guys still on the roof like that? All he did was clip the building. That was enough for him. Well, they're done. '07 news reporter crew. You did your duty to the best extent. You know, if I were the director there, I would have waited for... Oh, she's paralyzed with fear. Well, she just barely survived Godzilla the first time, right? And now she's got to deal with him again? She's like, oh god. He knocked over a woman. What a piece of shit. Oh, she's screwed. See? Main character should have saved her. Oh, there he is. Koichi! Yes. Come on, Koichi. Save her. Do what you were meant to do and save somebody from the threat that is Godzilla. Ah, man, the music, I always get chills down my spine when I hear the Godzilla theme. I love that shot, too. Like, that's just so freaking cool. Having the people running from Godzilla and Godzilla just stepping around. Like, you know, sometimes it doesn't really work in the older movies, obviously, because the special effects weren't necessarily at the time. So you could kind of tell that was a guy in a suit just walking around and people transposed into the shots, but here it works. The tanks attacking Godzilla, that shot's kind of cool. That's actually a homage to Godzilla versus Kong, where they're attacking Godzilla in Shanghai, and like there's the rubble in the building coming through with that shot. So it's kind of like the fact that they put that in as well. A lot of influences from other Godzilla films in this film. What's he doing? Is he pissed? Is he pissed? That doesn't look good. He's stopping. Why is he stopping? He's getting right. The Godzilla's like, those tanks fucked around and they're about to find out. Look at that. He's about to do the atomic breath attack again. The radioactive attack. Look at that. The spines get protrude outward while he charges up to attack. That's freaking awesome. Look at that. That's how you know, like, it's like a charge meter going off. I think that's such a cool special effect. Look at that. Oh, he's getting ready. Oh, you better run, bro. Boom. He's just basically fired off an A-bomb. Oh, God. They're all dead. Yeah. They definitely did a throwback. The atomic breath is literally fires an atomic bomb out of his mouth when it... Oh, shit. What's gonna happen? Noriko pushed him out of the way. Oh, she's gonna die. Remember what she told them. You have to live. You were meant to live. She didn't want him to die. She loved him so much that she pushed him out of harm's way. That's love, man. She sacrificed herself so that he could live. Despite all the things that he did in his life, and despite all the things that he felt like he wasn't meant to live. And that's the power of love, man. Because you don't love somebody, you wouldn't have pushed them out of harm's way so they could have survived. And the fact that it was a woman that did it too, like, man, that's powerful. Yeah. To the very end, she showed her loyalty to you and love, and you didn't show it back. And now it's coming crashing into the reality of it all. The one person that gave a shit about you is probably dead. And now you've lost the most important thing in your life that you didn't even realize was the most important thing in your life. And we all get conveyed these type of emotions, guys, just by his facial reactions, his sadness, the way he's put his performance. He hasn't said any of this, we just see it. That's really good cinematography. They're amazing. And he's going to turn around now and realize that the gravity of his situation, as once again he's the only person left to deal with the threat of Godzilla. The grief that he has, that why is it always that it's only him that survives. Look at that. Do you notice? Do you see those things in the sky? Those are pieces of humans. Blood. Chunks. And he's just roaring. He knows what he did. He's the alpha right now. He just established dominance over these small creatures. Is he going to keep just walking around? There he is. That's a nice shot. It makes you seem like Godzilla is truly a god. Like, he could touch the heavens even with the shot. Now he's angry. He's no longer afraid of him. You could tell. It's It's rage now that he feels. He wants to kill him. And look at that! The blood from the sky. It's raining blood dripping down on him. He's feeling like the death of everybody around him, and instead of being afraid right now, he's angry. He wants revenge. This is powerful storytelling, guys. Like, yes, it's a Godzilla film, but this is incredibly powerful in terms of its impact. Like, there hasn't been that much symbolism and powerful emotions conveyed in a Godzilla film since Godzilla 54, in my personal opinion. Shin Godzilla is good, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't capture these type of emotions. This is arguably... It's hard to say. Like, Godzilla 54 is will always be my favorite film. It's #1. But this one's, like, really close to 54 level. I can't say it's better because I'm just going to hold on to nostalgia. Because I still feel like 54 conveys certain themes a little bit better. But this one's, it's damn near close. They're all grief-stricken. This poor kid, Akiko. She lost her real mom. And now she lost her, surrogate mom. And Koichi's of no use to any of them. He's grief-stricken. There's nothing they can do. It's the weight of it, too. He knows he lost the only person that loved him and vice versa. Somebody he actually loved that. He was crappy, too. He could have married her. Could have really made them a family. But he couldn't put the past behind him. And ironically, what ended up happening, guys? The past came back to bite him in the ass, literally. The past always has a way of coming back to you sometimes, right? Yeah, she realized her mom's dead. She's no fool. She probably heard on the radio or people talking. Poor kid. And he doesn't even know what to do. He's got the chills because he's crying. And PTS is probably kicking in a little bit too, right? Remember, he's been traumatized with PTSD. Godzilla's taken everything away from him so many times already. What can he do? He realizes too, those pilots and everything had families. So much grief he's feeling. So he thinks the ghost of them won't forgive him. And that's why he can't have a happy life. That's what that scene means. And I guess he was coming around to the idea that maybe he could have a true family. Now the grief is going to hit him even 100 times more. Yeah. What's he going to do? This is the moment where he has to decide, is he going to man up or is he going to be a pussy the whole rest of this film? Oh, so they're trying to plan to kill Godzilla. Will he join? It's crazy how the private civilians have to band together to fight this threat because they don't have actual military. Obviously, that's a punishment of World War II. Is he going to take part? Is he going to truly get his revenge against Godzilla this time, or is he going to run? Special Disaster Countermeasure Hearing. What will he do? He joined! He grew up here. They're ex-military? Ex-Navy, okay. Interesting. Interesting what's going to happen. How are they going to kill Godzilla, though? The modern weapons clearly are not going to be able to beat him. I wonder if the United States would be happy knowing they are operating like this. They're all Japanese Navy. Interesting. A big threat. What are they going to do, though? Are they going to introduce the oxygen destroyer? Do you think so, guys? Do you think they're going to use something different? Yeah. Interesting how they're playing up the Cold War tensions, too. So they have to handle the threat of civilians. How many of them are going to even be willing to join after everything that's happened? So they have 4 destroyers that were supposed to be given to the UN. Okay, well, at least they got some type of weaponry. But what is 4 boats going to do against Godzilla? Yeah, everybody's like, there's no way to defeat it. It's kind of true. Conventional weapons don't seem to be of any use. Oh, the scientist is gonna be a scientist again. Interesting. Oh, ouch. I always hate when you do that with microphones. I have that sometimes trouble with streaming, so I always have to like balance the audio. Okay, so what is it gonna do to counteract? Well, at least they're calling it Godzilla, right? Okay, so you can't hurt it from the outside. Can you hurt it from the inside, though? Okay, so what is it gonna do? Yeah, people are like, you're not gonna get people to join. Telling them, hey, he's got Wolverine healing factor, which he really does. Demonstration? Okay. He's gonna use science to beat him. Weighted down enough just to barely float. Say they explain how Godzilla can float in water, literally in the scene. I don't know why people on the internet are saying that they didn't explain it. They literally explained the shit in the movie, and people didn't pay attention, and then are complaining on the internet now. This is like a debate that's been going on the internet. Like, how could Godzilla be that tall to reach the... No, he's able to float. Literally told you in the scene. People just don't pay attention to stuff. Freon bubbles prevent the model from contacting the seawater. So he's going to use Freon to be able to sink Godzilla to the bottom of the ocean floor. Interesting. How much Freon are you going to need to do that? Pretty big Godzilla you're dealing with here, bro. So, how exactly do you plan to do that? Oh, they're covering the shades, so they got a secret plan? Oh, okay. So they're gonna go to the deepest trench to try to sink him. So they're gonna strap Freon cylinders to his body. So that they can create a... Oh, okay. They're gonna try to put a membrane of Freon, basically, on Godzilla so that he will sink to the bottom of the ocean. They're gonna try to crush it with the power of C. I mean, that's the most natural way of trying to kill Godzilla, I suppose. Very unconventional. So he's hoping that the pressure of the deep sea is gonna kill Godzilla. How do you not know that Godzilla doesn't, like, live that far down underwater that he could survive the pressure, though, right? He wants to know if it could kill Godzilla. Hmm. Well, that's not good. So, do you have a backup plan? Will it kill it or will it not? Yeah, I suppose it's the truth. You can't absolutely guarantee it. What's the backup plan? He's gonna leave. Can be done. Have a little faith in your friends. They've been with you all this time. What's gonna happen? Is he gonna stay or is he not? I mean, what other option do you have? If this is your best chance at revenge for, you know, to avenge Noriko. And also, you know, ensure that Akiko survives, too. So is there something else he has planned? Two ships will crowd Godzilla and wrap it in a cable. Interesting. So they're gonna wrap the cable, I guess, to put the Freon on it. But that's gonna be a death sentence for those two ships, because Godzilla's gonna try to, like, bast and bleam them there, right? Okay. Okay. There is a plan B, okay. So what happens in plan B? Okay, so what's in the courtyard? This guy, Koichi, is like, no, I'm not for this shit. I don't believe this is even gonna work. What's out there? There better be like a bomb or something. What is it? They're gonna inflate rafts? How's that gonna do anything? It's a balloon. So what's the balloon do? It's a flotation device? Okay, so what does it do? Oh, so they're gonna shoot CO2 into it. For what, though? So they're gonna raise it back to the surface quickly? Why? Oh, because it's going to be decompressed, which would kind of rip it to shreds, too. Huh. I mean, that's the best plan they got, I suppose, because they don't have, like, an oxygen destroyer in this universe. And obviously, you don't want to drop another nuke on it. Not that they'd be able to. Will this work? Do you think they'll be able to overcome the threat that is Godzilla? I feel bad for these Japanese people, because they're just, like, now civilians that have been decommissioned military people. And they're trying to, like, save their family and friends, whatever's left of them. He's not gonna do it. Hmm. I mean, a lot of people aren't gonna risk their lives, I suppose. Hmm. Those people are traumatized from the previous war. It's hard for them to ask them to do stuff, right? I kind of understand them, right? In a way. He's gonna try to convince them how. Well, yeah, you can't, like, force them. So what are you gonna tell them to try to convince them, though? Is that what he's gonna say, to try to convince them? Yeah, there's gonna be people who leave. They aren't gonna be willing to do it. And you can't blame them. They've been through enough, right? How many of them are gonna stand with him, though? Seems like there's quite a few that are willing to. Well, I don't know if it means certain death, but... Is he gonna stay? Well, so at least he lightened the mood for everybody. I guess he was a kamikaze pilot, or supposed to. Well, these guys are brave. They're willing to do it. So it wasn't that many that walked out. Couple. So, is the main character going to be part of it, though, too? That's the real question here. Is he going to go along with it, or not? Yeah, he's overjoyed that these people are willing to help. It's not a lot of them, but they're a scrappy bunch. Maybe they'll be able to pull this off. Clutchy's in, I think. I think it's an okay plan. I don't think it was a great plan, per se. Look at that lighting right there. That's a nice lighting that they did there. A little unnatural, though, for the scene. I don't think, like, if you actually got them into a hut like this, that the light from a lantern would really naturally look like this. What I do like is the fact that they got a very orange glow to the light, which they achieved that effect by putting a orangey, what's called the gel, so it's like a piece of plastic that goes over the light to be able to simulate this effect. Sometimes in more conventional newer movies, they don't even do that, and what they do is, instead of using gels, what they'll do is color correction, which you do in, like, well, there's a couple of programs that people use for movies this day and age. Old school professionals use Avid Media Composer, which has built-in color correction like this. I have seen some movies, I don't know how Godzilla Minus One was edited, that use DaVinci Resolve now, because that's become popular. Some people have used Final Cut Pro. I wouldn't put a movie on Final Cut Pro. If I'm going to edit a movie, I would be using Avid Media Composer or DaVinci Resolve. I wouldn't use anything other than those two. I was taught personally, when I was in school, to actually make movies, like edit them and stuff on Avid Media Composer. But it's a very expensive program. I haven't edited on Avid Media Composer in a long time because the media files are very big. That's why I don't do my YouTube videos in Avid Media Composer. It's just, it takes too much. You need, like, a lot of hard drive space, and just to make it, those files, and some of those files are never actually compatible with YouTube. Then you have to, like, convert them in a different program, which I don't. But generally, if you're going to edit a film for, like, a movie projection, not so much YouTube, you would want Avid Media Composer or DaVinci Resolve. Most old school professionals are going to use Avid Media Composer. Like, if I had a choice again, I will take Avid Media Composer for editing over anything else, because I was trained on that, and it's very easy for me to use it. Yeah, he does have a death wish. Of course he wants to avenge Noriko. He's trying to get over the guilt. He wants to get his hands on a plane. Well, he should have married her. I do agree with that, but, you know, he wanted to. See, he finally admits he actually did love her. Because he couldn't get over the past. Powerful, right? Very powerful. His war wasn't his personal war against Godzilla and his personal war with his inner demons. Amazing storytelling, amazing cinematography. This movie's so freaking good. That's a nice shot too. Very nice shot. So he wants to get a fighter plane in case you missed that part. Now the problem is who would be able to, like, even if you get a fighter pilot, wouldn't most of them have been decommissioned by this point? Unique one. Why is it unique? That's a military guy that's got them on the plane. That's pretty nice of them. So what's wrong with it? There's the Godzilla Minus One theme playing. So what's going on here? Wow, it's a newer age pilot plane. Oh, so it was built but never got to be used. Interesting. Okay, let's go. What's gonna happen here? He gave him guns and everything. He gave him top-of-the-line airplane. So it's a prototype. Interesting. Where was that hiding that they were able to get their hands on it without the US being like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, you're not supposed to use this? So it's in bad shape? Is it not able to fly? Nope, it isn't. So they need a mechanic. Where are you gonna get a mechanic, though? Now he still has a problem. He's got to find a mechanic. Oh no, he can't axe that guy. That guy's probably pissed off at him. The only other engineer that survived that incident, Tachibana. He's probably off the grid. He definitely doesn't want to see you after all that bullshit. Oh, poor guy. He might not be able to find him. Look at his face. That's some really good acting there. If he's really in desperate. I'm surprised he didn't win a Japanese Oscar for his performance, because he did a really bang-up job. Where was he posted before Odo Island? You're gonna go track his house down? Or he's gonna write a letter to him, okay. How would that letter get to him before Godzilla makes landfall, though? I wonder. Is the mail really that good back then? Well, I mean, Tachibana's probably his war is personally over, right? Just wait a little longer. I mean, they probably could have found a better mechanic, right? He's trying to make amends, probably, with him. Tachibana probably don't even want to make the plane for you. Oh, wow. He's really been begging for quite a bit here. Were they drinking tequila? That would have been kind of funny. Wouldn't expect it to have. Uh-oh. Look at the guy limping. You know who that is, then. Who knocked him out. That limp. Do you remember the limp? Who was limping in the beginning of the movie? Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I guess there's Tachibana. He's got a beard. He's very happy to see him. He's gonna kick your ass, man. He probably hates your guts. You threw all those letters. How many letters did you write, Ob? Oh, he's pissed. You saw? Yeah, he was gonna punch him. You could tell just the way he was shaking his hand, pointing at him. He was trying to apologize to him in a letter. Are you serious? He's trying to apologize to him. He intentionally tried to anger him so he could show up to kick his ass. Oh, he punched him again. There's no punch sound effect, though. I'm surprised I didn't put that in this version. My Blu-ray copy has a punch sound effect when he hits him. He's talking about Godzilla. Tachibana probably doesn't want to remember Godzilla, right? Can't blame him. Why? He's not going to help him. I doubt he's going to help him. He's not 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 going to help h He wrote those letters, yeah, but... Do you think he's gonna help him, guys? I don't know, I don't know. I doubt it. Yeah, see, he doesn't want to help him. Why is he... He's tied him up. It's not like you could grab him. He's not gonna help you. Why should he help you? Gotta give him a compelling argument. Oh, he's gonna try to blow Godzilla up from the inside, I guess. Huh. He's gonna kamikaze into it. Oh, wow. I guess that's his way of atoning for his what he thinks is his dishonor. That's powerful, man. I guess he figures also, like, that's his way of atoning so that Tachibana would help him after that. Interesting. He helped him. He's gonna help him, that's interesting. Hmm. Well, that was a good excuse. How did you get that? I fell. He just did the little kid thing. Yep. Sorry, paused on my end. I heard the rumors is where we're at. Tachibana shaved even for this event. That's funny. I figured he would have stayed shaved, unshaven and do it. Notice his lint. So he has, like, permanent damage to his leg from Godzilla. Interesting. Is he gonna be able to make it fly? Probably. He brought people to help him, too. Where do you find those guys to help him? That's quite interesting. Oh, look at that. He gave him a true black eye there. How long is it going to be before you think that plane is commissioned? Because they got a very little time before Godzilla probably makes landfall again, I would assume. What's going to happen here, you think? Is he worried that his plan's not going to work now? Yeah, he's got some doubts. So they're trying to... He's trying to give him reassurance that this plan's going to work. Well, those guys are definitely determined. Look at this, though. Trying to show their might. Their resolve to try to overcome this great threat after everything that all of them have been through. Interesting. Well, they gotta make a difference. If not, Japan will be in rubble. See, it's interesting, that line that I said. He's like, we came through war, but this time we'll make it right. So this is, I guess, for these men, this is a way for them to kind of atone for the wrongdoings of World War II. Which is interesting, you know. That's a very powerful message that they put into a film like this. Because you wouldn't expect that type of narrative to be told in the film, right? This is a Japanese movie, you would figure it would be a different perspective, per se, right? Interesting. So they got Geiger readings, you know what that means, Godzilla's around. So he's about to make landfall again. Maybe he's hungry, maybe he wants more blood, maybe he's angry. Maybe he just needs hugs. Did anybody stop to think maybe all Godzilla wanted in this whole film was just a hug? To be loved and cared for? Well, then again, the minute he got close to anybody, he basically, like, bit their head off, so I suppose that that theory gets completely thrown out the window. You want to be friends with Godzilla, you better be friends with the Showa-era Godzilla. And, like, Showa-era Godzilla from, like, after Mothra versus Godzilla. 0800, so they're gonna start early in the morning? They better have the device ready by then. Take us with you. They're gonna work on the Prion device while they're in the middle of fighting Godzilla? That's crazy. I guess that's the only way. Huh. Well, I mean, you gotta do it, right? That's the only way you're gonna get this ready. Spend time with your families. This might be the last time you see them, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, of course be prepared. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? Now it's having second thoughts. Far too cheaply relied. Poorly armored tanks. What is that supposed to mean? A lot of people starved during this time period, that's true. Yeah, that's crazy. Fighter planes without ejection sheets. Why would... I mean, I understand that at that time period, there's certain traditional values in Japan that, like, you always kind of go down with the ship and honor and stuff, but man... Some of the things we do as humans, just like logic, even, you know, if it's traditions in certain cultures, I don't know, sometimes it's like crazy how the world was years ago. I mean, all countries, right, have had something crazy in regards to that, right? Like, the Americas are not without their own blame in regards to stuff they did that they probably regret they did too, you know? Nobody's necessarily happy about dropping atomic bombs somewhere. You know, nobody really won that war when you think about it. Like, there's no winners, there's no losers. The world itself came out, really. You know, we prevented a very evil threat, but the casualties and the stuff that was done to be able to achieve that success is really, like, you know, it's power. It's tough. It's gray, right? It's a gray area. That's history for you, though, right? It's not sunshine unicorns. They're leaving that guy behind. Yeah. I mean, he can't. He's got a broken arm. He hasn't seen wartime. They're trying to protect him, which I respect him. Them for doing that. It hurts him, though, because they've been a team for so long and then he just gets left behind. Yeah. We live the future to you. That's a powerful line. They know, they have a feeling they're not coming back from this. So that's why they did it. They built the plane. Is the plane almost ready? Because, you know, they're getting close to the climax of the film. Oh, they put the bomb in? I'm surprised they got their hands on a powerful enough bomb. What's he doing? He's looking at the seat. What is he thinking? Is he going to change the seat out for an ejection seat, you think? Because he's looking at it very determined. So he's going to give Akiko to her for the night? No, she's giving Akiko back to him so they could spend the night. Spanking her. You notice that Sumiko and him eventually kind of made peace with each other. Like, she hated his guts, and she, like, probably wanted to see him die. She knows something's up. You could tell. Just look at that facial reaction, the glare, the confused look. Yeah, fine with him. This is the last night he's probably gonna spend with her, right? She made something. What is that? So, a picture. She's got to be about, what, 3 here, it looks like? Maybe 4-ish? What type of picture is it? Wow. Is he willing to accept her as his daughter? Yeah, he has. You could tell the loving glare. Gaze, whatever you want to say. To the gaze. She didn't cry, though. Give her a hug, man. Yeah, see, he knows what she said. It's like she could sense something. Maybe that he's not coming back. Give her a hug. Give her comforting. You've never really truly done that. At least as far as the scenes are in the movie. You're not leaving. But you know you're gonna leave her. Like, he's torn over it. Will she be able to understand that letter? I mean, we all know he's doing this for her. And a little bit of revenge to kind of atone for things, but, like, he wants to make sure that she's okay. He's gotta, like, for now, that's, like, the only thing he can do, really, is try to take out Godzilla. You know he cares about her. Like, it's his own daughter at this point. That much is true. He's gonna ride off into the sunset, gives her last look, like if he's not coming back. He knows. This is a one-way trip for him, at least in his mind. I wonder where he got the motorcycle from. Does the military at that point, in that era, would have paid him enough that he's got one, or did they just give him one so he could be able to travel quickly? I wonder. I truly do, guys. What could it be? Alright. Let's see. Let's go on in. Is the plane ready, you think? Is it ready by now? Hopefully it is. Tachibana, did you finish it? Oh. Is it? Yeah. He is. Give me a minute. He's gonna tell him something. What is he telling him? Did he make a plan? I think he just swapped out the seat, I think. I'm pretty sure he did. The bomb you ordered. Gave him guns, gave him a bomb inside that. One fuel tank. Okay, remove. Wow. He gave him everything he needed to try to stop Godzilla from the inside. What's gonna happen now? Is he gonna tell him something? He looks like he wants to tell him something. He's afraid. He's smiling. What's so funny? He's trembling. Part of him wants to still live after everything. Yeah. Everybody wanted to go home. Yeah. But I don't like he knows that this is the only way he's gonna be able to atone. He's looking in the book. Is he gonna give him the photos? You noticed he had the photos? He had all of them. What's that? That's the picture. His little girl. He finally admitted, even though he told her not to call her father, that he finally accepted her as his daughter. He's getting his result. I see, he saved it. He's finally ready. Important? What's important? That's the bomb safety. Okay. What else? There's one more thing. Pointing to the seat. I wonder if he made an ejection seat. Because they keep going back to that seat. You notice that? Like, they're trying to subtly tell us something, it seems, guys. Oh, it's a note. She probably can't read all that, right? To Sumiko. Gave her a whole bunch of money for the kid. Ooh. Looks like we've angered Godzilla in my city right now. There's a lightning storm. I'm gonna have to hopefully be able to finish this movie. I don't want to get electrocuted, but we'll continue. There's only 20 minutes left, so we should be hopefully okay. Hopefully. It's from Daddy. Interesting. She knows that he's not coming back. Sumiko must be confused by the whole ordeal too, right? Because they didn't really have much of a choice. You know, she hated the dude, and now she realizes that the dude's gonna, like, basically sacrifice himself to stop Godzilla. Oh, they found Godzilla. Look at all those fish again. Well, this is gonna be rough for them. Alright, then. I guess they're gonna have to commence their plan at this point. And the question is, will Koichi actually be able to head off against them? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, they're using like a sonar thing to draw him? That's interesting. I didn't pick that up in the subtitles. That must have just been something that they decided to do. Underworld guidance decoy activated? Interesting. Well, why would Godzilla go after another Godzilla? This is not like the American Godzilla where that would have proved to be true. Mitsushima took the device. Best thing for him. Ha, interesting. So they were trying to take Koichi out of this fight too. Uh-oh. It doesn't matter. Godzilla arrived way quicker than I think they were expecting, and now he just threw a boat. And that was the decoy boat. Yep. Did you stop to think maybe Godzilla would destroy the decoy boat pretty quickly because he swims quickly? Noida was a pretty smart genius, right? But he didn't anticipate that. Yep. Godzilla's back and he's pissed. You better hurry up and get flying, man, because they're going to need you to be able to be the one to lead Godzilla out to the ocean. He's got the picture of Noriko. Godzilla broke through the final defense line, heading to shore. That's bad. He better hurry up. Do you think he's going to be able to make it? They give him a salute. Well, we're at the climax of the film right now. Will the humans survive? Will Godzilla actually just rain terror upon everybody? This is where it all comes full circle, folks. The might of just a few humans with very little resources against the wrath of something that is on the level of a god in terms of power and destruction. And all he's got is this one plane. He's got probably only one shot at this, too. It's a nice scene. Very good shot there. I think it's a CGI plane for the scene. It doesn't look like it would be a regular plane. Yeah, he's definitely on a soundstage for that cockpit. He doesn't know how to fly that in IRL. I think it's a mix of CGI as well as practical effects there. See, in these scenes, Godzilla's walking, stomping around is a little bit less fluid. Kind of rigid, but I suppose that's the direction they wanted to go with. I mean, Godzilla walks very slow in the obviously, the Man in Suit films, too. So I guess they were trying to replicate that type of thing. I feel like he could walk a little bit quicker. Not like Godzilla should run in the film now. But I feel like he moved a little bit quicker in Shin Godzilla. What is he gonna do? He's got to get out there before the boats, right? Because if not, like, Godzilla's just gonna run roughshod on them, I suppose. Okay, so he's gonna finally be the distraction. Okay, he's gonna lure Godzilla to the target. Okay, good, good, good. Alright, good job, good job. Yeah, he's trying to tell him not to kill himself, right? Because he knows what's gonna happen. He ignores him. He doesn't want to make promises he's not going to be able to keep. Well, now's the time. Will he be a man? Shikishima, will you be able to get your redemption arc here? This whole film, if you haven't noticed, the overall theme is about coming to terms with things that you've lost, coming to terms with things that you regretted, and getting that redemption, right? For Shikishima, it was trying to redeem himself for the fact that he abandoned his duty as an officer, and then the fact that he also abandoned those men, and they didn't kill Godzilla when he had a chance, and then the other thing that he left, obviously Noriko didn't marry her and stuff when he had a chance, so it's him trying to finally come to terms, redeem himself. For the people that joined in the military operation, it's their attempt to try to redeem themselves for World War II. So it's this whole film is about redemption, which is an interesting overall theme. That's a nice shot with the foot stomps there, right? And, like, look at that. Godzilla's really getting ready for, like, round 2 to stomp through towns. He's determined. Look at that look on his face. They got Godzilla's attention, certainly. Notice how Godzilla still got the scar on the cheek, and he's got the scars on his skin from all the damage that was dealt to him. I think that's a nice touch that he doesn't just, like, automatically heal and things aren't, like, scarred and charred. It's a nice little attention to detail. It's not like Super Wolverine healing factor. Oh, he's just gonna piss him off, right? Yeah, because he's got to draw his fire. He almost got killed there, right, with the tail swipe. That's such a beautiful shot, too. Well, Godzilla's definitely gonna give chase to him, right? The music choice is so good, too. What's gonna happen? Oh, he's luring him there, so good, good. The question is, will this plan really work, though? That's a nice shot, too, wide shot. I have the camera just slightly towards an angle, towards the left, so that it's not just, like, straight in your face. Like, if it looks like if it's somebody standing off to the side watching things. That's good cinematography, because you don't want them just staring directly into the camera for certain shots. That's just stupid. Now, obviously, me as a VTuber model, I don't have that type of flexibility when I do things. Like, I have to position myself in a way where I'm facing the camera, because obviously I'm using a webcam. I don't have that type of production values where I could get those type of shots in. I wish I could, but that's a little beyond the technology that I'm allowed to use at the moment. Godzilla just swimming through the ocean. Notice how he's looking for his prey, because he knows that the plane is the one that pissed him off. Do you notice that it looks like Godzilla's spines after he uses atomic breath looks a little bit extra charred, too? So that's the heat that generates from the atomic breath actually char the spines. That's actually a nice little detail, too, I'm noticing. Alright, looks like they're going to commence the plan. Okay, so we're finally getting to the nitty-gritty. Oh, I hit pause like an idiot. I was checking how much time we had left. Okay, it's fine. I unpaused. That. You know, Netflix is so sensitive. If you just touch around the touchpad sometimes... Oh, look at that. That's such a cool thing. He's gonna fire the breath off. Look at that. It's in the water while he's swimming. That's freaking cool. Look at that shot. That's just phenomenal. These boats better dodge this attack. You better dodge. There's not like a decoy boat here. You better hurry. He's getting ready to fire it off. He hit something. Was that the decoy boat? Oh, are they gonna get destroyed, or was it too far away, I wonder? They're lucky. They're lucky the boats actually survived. Minor damage, maybe, at best. They were out of range, that's why. So the doctor's scientist, Noda, actually was smart. He was out of the range of the beam. He had done some stuff. Look at that. When he uses the beam, it actually burns his skin, too. It's freaking cool. No, you can't run away. You have to do your duty here, man. Once fire takes time to regenerate. Interesting. How does he know that? Is he just going on a theory that he has without any scientific proof? Better give the order. This might be your only chance to stop Godzilla. Godzilla theme's playing again. This is how you know it's really getting to the end of the movie. Oh, look, it's a redone Godzilla theme. It's a remix. That's nice. It's a faster-paced Godzilla theme. Well, it's two ships against Godzilla. I don't think this Freon plan is going to work, in my opinion. It just seems like something that it's not going to work, because Godzilla lives underwater. He's lived underwater throughout the majority of the film, so I doubt he's going to be depressurized enough. Like, we don't know how far down in the ocean he actually lives, right? Like, maybe I'm just a pessimist. Well, Godzilla's really after that plane. He's really pissed at just that point. He's willing to ignore the ships to go after the tiny little plane. Love that theme. It's really well shot, too. Just that the shot choices, shot selection. That's like a great shot, too. Like, you just have the plane coming at an angle and Godzilla's at an angle. You know, very dynamic shots. Like, everything's like at a side and an angle. It's not static and in front. Some of the older movies had that problem of where everything's just shot straight in your face because of obviously how cinema practices were there. But there's some nice close-ups, too. And look at that. The camera's just panning away. So it's like we're going to be on the ship looking over at the airship. Nice attention to detail there. 4 meters closing. Do the ships have to hit each other to do this? Or did they just overcompensate? Ooh, they did. I think they might have overcompensated there. I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think here? You think they're going to be fine? Full speed. Oh, they're using the Godzilla Destroyer theme. I don't think that was the one they were going to use. That's why it's quicker. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen here? Oh, they got the Freon wrapped around him, so that's good. They're gonna hit the switch. They better hit it quick before the beam happens again. I'm surprised Godzilla's not trying to, like, claw at these things. Probably so distracted by the plane. Look at that, look. He's pissed. Better do something. Are the wires not wrapped around enough yet? Ooh. He's getting ready to fire it. You better hurry up. You better flip that switch quickly. Because if not, you're going to be in trouble. Oh, he's ready. He's ready. Go. Hit that switch. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Alright. He's gonna get tracked down to the bomb now, right? Yeah. Okay, nice. Will this work, though? I wonder. I don't know if the pressure is gonna be enough to kill him. How far down does that go, too? That's a major factor, right? And will the wires be able to hold, too? That's another question, too. 1,300 meters. Interesting. Keep going? Yeah, they have to put him as far down as possible, I suppose. Target depth succeeded. Okay, so he's down to where the targeted point was, right? Shikishima knows something's up. He's probably not gonna... Oh, the beam ended. You notice the beam didn't fire that time? He stopped moving. You think he's dead? Is he dead? He didn't fire with the beam, I wonder. Uh-oh. Is the boat getting pulled down? Yeah, he's not dead. Plan B. I mean, it's kind of foolish to think that a creature who lived under the water all this time, you could sink him far enough that he would just get, you know, pressurized. So he's gonna bring him back up. I mean, he doesn't look like he has any real damage to him either, right? So you better hope that and bring him up with the force that's gonna be enough to kill him. So I don't know. They better hurry up and pull him up as quick as possible, too, because if not... Oh, he seems to be ripping a little bit of his skin, you notice? So... Oh, the cable stopped. That's not good. Did Godzilla hold him there? Because Godzilla's stronger than the boat, probably, right? He's probably grabbing onto it. The balloons went up. He'd shoot for the balloons. Oh, this is bad. They're screwed. You gotta pull up Godzilla with the cables. You're not even gonna be able to do that with the boat. Yeah, you have no choice. If you're gonna want this plan to work. I thought this wasn't gonna be a very smart plan, per se. Because, like, a creature that lives underwater just doesn't make sense. Even if you're trying to use, like, science to try to kill him. This creature's beyond any scientific knowledge, ain't scientific scope. Uh-oh, crane's breaking. That's never a good sign. What are you going to be able to do now? Now you guys are really screwed because you're just trapped in the ocean with a pissed off Godzilla. Who's probably going to get ready to beam any moment now. Well, these men have lost all hope. They have lost all... Wait, what's that? Yokohama. Fujimaru! So they're gonna help? You know who that voice is of, right? Yep. It's the kid, as he was referred to in the movie quite a bit. Yeah, I should have left the kid behind. They're gonna help too. I wonder if the guys on the boat are the people from the movie in the beginning. Well, not beginning, but the near the climax of the movie that decided that they were gonna abandon. Let's see if we can see any like the cast from it. Look at how many ships showed up. Tons of ships came to help. Useless to... Yeah, look! That's the guy back there. Was one of the people that walked out during the presentation of it. So... They kind of are having their redemption arc too. See, I told you, the whole movie's about redemption. Yes, pull, pull. Pull. I still don't think this is gonna work, though. Just... Maybe I'm just a pessimist, but, like... They're using a whole bunch of tugboats. That's actually kind of smart. Will this work, though? Will this work? I don't know. Will they have enough might to pull up Godzilla? That's the thing. Well, it looks like it's working. But by this point, like, the whole point of bringing him up to rise him up was, like, to do it super fast so that the effects would actually kick in. You know, so, like, it would be decompressed. If you do it this way, I don't think it was going to work. Because too much time has lapsed. See what happens. Well, he's back up. Did he take any physical damage, though? He looks like he's having a hard time breathing, but that's about it. He might look a little cold, too, but that's about it. Yeah, no. That plan definitely to work. He's freezing, but he's still able to move. Yep, not enough damage. Now you're screwed. You better take evasive action. He's not frozen enough. Uh-oh. You better run. He's definitely freezing in part. Maybe this will slow him down enough. Oh, look at that. They're about to bite the bullet. Yep. And this is the part where you realize you done fucked up. Yeah. This is them. Their life flashing, but the guy took it off his hat. He knows it's over. 07 crew, we barely knew you. Even he knows. When you take off your hat in a movie like that, you know the end's coming. That's what's done in traditional cultures. It's a sign of showing grief and a sign of, you know, the end is coming. Oh, look, it's Shikawa. Go, Koichi! Koichi! Do it, do it! This is your time for redemption. What's he doing? He's gonna save the day, obviously. He has this plan that he's been enacting all this time. Yeah, he doesn't want him to die. I don't blame him. It's your friend, right? You don't want to see your friend sacrifice himself. Well, he pulled the lever. He's going all in, then. You know what this means. He's willing to die to stop Godzilla. For Norika. Boom. Oh, he ejected. You noticed? He used the ejection seat. Oh. He blew off Godzilla's face, right? His brain. Wow, that's gotta stop him, right? Because he no longer has a brain. I guess he figured he was like Piccolo, where if you destroy Piccolo's core, his brain, he can't regenerate anymore. That's pretty smart of a guy who's a military pilot. Did it work, though? Did it work? He ejected, yeah. That's to be expected. He chose to live. He has a lot to live for still. The kid, Akiko. He's happy for him, too. Because he thought he wasn't going to eject and just try to atone. He's very happy about that. That's forgiveness. He forgave him for it. I know he put an ejection seat. He had to, right? He kept looking at that seat so many different times in the scenes. He wanted him to live. They came to terms with each other. He understood. He was paralyzed with fear, right? A very human emotion. But that's their way. They redeemed each other because, you know, at one foot, the other one was angry at him. That was redemption. The whole movie is about redemption. I keep saying that. Unfortunately, I don't believe Godzilla is going to have much redemption here. Oh, look at that. Because Godzilla was firing off the beam while it was going off. And his mount blew up. Look at that. It can't throw the energy anywhere else, so he's getting chopped into pieces. They got lucky with that. I don't think anybody anticipated that was actually going to happen to Godzilla. Godzilla just literally disintegrated thanks to his own beam. Basically used his power against him in a way. How is it that a fighter pilot was smarter than a scientist who's renowned? Anybody, that's kind of ironic. Well, I like how they saluted Godzilla, of all things. I guess they understood he was a formidable opponent. And had it not been for a lucky break, none of them would have been alive. That's their showing of respect to Godzilla. I mean, realistically, is Godzilla at fault for anything that happened in this movie? No, he's a creature. He got radiated. He got mutated. In Oto Island, that's his island, right? Like, he wasn't doing anything outside of being himself a creature. You know, a natural predator of the environment. And having people, like, come into his environment and him doing what natural predators do. When he gets bombed by the thing, he's just angry. Godzilla's like the incarnation of anger and rage in this film. Like, that's what he is. He's about rage and revenge. You notice how there's parallel themes. Godzilla's about revenge in this film. And everybody else is about trying to get their redemption for things that they feel they need forgiveness for. Sumiko, what's going on? Remember there was like a letter in one of the scenes that she got to the residents? What's that? He's reading a letter? He's in shock. Why is he in shock? He hit her. Or she hit him. You know what that means? Do you think you know what it means? It's a hospital. Could it be? He's running. And he's got... Could it be? Could it be, guys? It's Noriko. She's alive. She survived. His redemption has finally come full circle. He can finally, since he put Godzilla to rest, have the happy family he wanted, that he thought he didn't deserve. And she said the war's over, yeah. That's a powerful scene, guys. She might have lost her face, though, or her eye. I don't know if she's bandaged forever. He's just happy she's alive, right? She has a broken arm. He finally gets his family that he wanted. Happiness, right? A happy family, finally. He's... Finally, for once in this film, he's crying, but those are tears of happiness. And he lowered his head because he wanted, like, forgive me. She's lowering her head down. Oh, notice the neck. You see that on the neck? Something's coursing through her neck. Looks like a Godzilla spine. Maybe she was infected with something Godzilla related. Maybe radiation taking over. Look at that. It's not over. He's regenerating. Literally from a single cell. And... Yep. It ain't over, but the film is. Godzilla Minus 2, maybe? Coming soon to a theater near you? Yeah. That's the thing. You can't stop Godzilla even if you want to. He's never gonna die. And that's credits. It was a fun movie. It was definitely one of my more favorite Godzilla films I've seen in a while. I'm a big fan of Godzilla Shin Gojira. I thought that was a really good film, Shin Gojira. But Godzilla Minus One blows it out of the water. It's a way better film. In terms of cinematography, in terms of the shot choices, in terms of the storyline. Like, Shin Godzilla... Let me put it this way. Shin Gojira / Shin Godzilla is a film that if you want a lot of action involved and a lot of, like, political dialogue and you're a fan of, like, Neon Genesis Evangelion, that's going to be right up your alley. Godzilla Minus One is, like, the closest you're going to get to an actual Godzilla 54 remake without it actually being Godzilla 54, just because it follows a lot of the very similar themes to Godzilla 54. Like, yeah, Godzilla's about revenge in this movie way more than he is about, like, an anti-nuclear proliferation statement like the original 54 Godzilla. But, you know, there's still some of those themes in there. You know, it was very well acted. The cast is very likable. Everybody's performances were, you know, impressive. There's not a character that I don't like. Like, whose performance would you be able to pick apart, honestly, in the film? Honestly, what, the kid? The kid's like 2 or 3. So the cry, yeah, it wasn't necessarily directly on cue, but it works. Like, it's a kid. Like, I could forget that. Like, overall, it's a phenomenal movie. It's still 54 is, like, my all-time. Nothing is going to be able to change that just because that's 54. And 54, like, the amount of symbolism in it, in regards to, like, World War II, and just being a movie about, like, nuclear weapons are bad and should never be used on mankind, and just some of the themes in that film, too, is about revenge, too, right? Like, we did the watch-along for Godzilla 54 here. I did as category, so in case you missed it, it's available in the movie watch-along playlist. It's funny, we've done 2 Godzilla movies, ironically. Maybe I should watch Shin Gojira so I could just, like, compare that one in the future. But, yeah, it's kind of interesting how in that movie, too, it's about the redemption arc, too, because, like, Dr. Serizawa in particular in that film, like, he created the oxygen destroyer and doesn't want it to be used and fall into the wrong hands. And he feels like he's created a new weapon that could be worse than a nuclear bomb. So he's trying to keep the secret to him and not have it used. And then at one point in the film, remember, he decides, because of all the damage that's being caused to Japan by Godzilla, that he is going to allow it to be used, but he has to, you know, obviously die with the secret of the oxygen destroyer. And that's his redemption arc in that film, too. So, you know, Godzilla 54 has a lot about, not so much revenge, but about redemption of a character in it. So it's funny how in this film it's more, they play up more of the redemption and less the anti-nuclear proliferation statement. And I think it's cool, because they parallel each other, right? You know, if I didn't know any better, like, you know what would really be kind of cool, but I don't think they're going to go that direction? Because this film's called Godzilla Minus One, right? So this is supposed to, in a way, be before Godzilla 54. At least we don't know necessarily in the timeline. But wouldn't it be cool if they then decided to do, like, the next film, in a way, a 54 remake? And be like, yeah, Godzilla didn't die, and this is Godzilla coming back when Japan's rebuilt. And then they use the oxygen destroyer, perhaps? I don't know if they would really do it, because I don't feel like they ever want to touch 54 or try to remake it. But I think it's a cool thing to play around with. There is going to be a sequel of some sort. That much we know, guys, because they already have given the confirmation that it's going to happen. It made enough money. It won an Oscar. I don't know if Godzilla will fight something. It would be kind of cool to see Godzilla fight something. But this Godzilla is so powerful. Like, what could you put in a movie with it to actually have it fight? Like, you would have to probably do King Ghidorah right away, and I feel like if you do that too quickly, that's a bad thing. Anguirus would not be a match for him. Mothra, I don't know. Like, this Godzilla is, like, one of the most powerful Godzilla in terms of, like, just its power and its brute strength. That, like, I think you couldn't even bring back an older Godzilla villain. I think you would have to create a new Godzilla kaiju that would be something on the level of this Godzilla in terms of power to be able to really do anything with it. You know, so... Oh, you hear that? It's the Godzilla footsteps. So you know Godzilla's just going to come back in the next film and run. Wow, those credits run quickly. Oh, because there's Netflix credits after that, that's why. So, this is done, obviously, by Toho. This was Godzilla Minus One, Godzilla Minus One. That minus color. Minus color is the same film, just in black and white. I do want to watch it. Obviously not watch along, because it'd be kind of dumb. Be the same movie. So Godzilla roars at the end to let you know that, yeah, he's back in full-fledged form. That was cool. That was good. That was a fun movie. I hope you enjoyed it. Of the films that I've seen in recent memory, this would probably be one of my all-time favorite Godzilla movies. I'd probably put it number 2, which is saying a lot, because my second favorite Godzilla movie would have been Shin Godzilla, right? So it's Godzilla, the original 54. Godzilla Minus One really would be like 1.5, but considering we can't rate things like that, would be my second favorite. Shin Godzilla would be bumped, obviously, to number 3. My fourth favorite is Return of Godzilla, although it's not necessarily a very good film. You know, because obviously it's got a lot of... It's a slow-moving film, right? So it's not a film that's for everybody, so to speak, right? It's a vastly different type of film. And that's fine, because films should be vastly different from time to time. Right, guys? I mean, it only makes sense. With that being said, though, that is going to be the end of today's watch-along. Before I go, just a couple of reminders. Tomorrow, at 9 a.m. Eastern, we are going to be playing Stardew Valley. It's the first time I played Stardew Valley in a long time. We're going to be doing some pretty chill Stardew grinding, because I have now the Desert Ruins open, so that's pretty fun. So we're going to take a look at the Desert Ruins. We're also going to try to get my wife's level up high enough so we could have a baby in the game. I don't know if we're going to be successful with that. Wife in game. I'm not married in real life. I am single. Yes, I am single and available, I suppose. Don't try to riz me, though, I suppose. But with that being said, though, yeah, we're going to go back into Stardew Valley, and we'll have a fun time with Stardew Valley. We'll see how much we can get done. We got to finish our community center also in Stardew Valley, so there's a couple of things I still need, like a rabbit's foot, and I need to finish a couple of produce, and I got to get a couple of fish that are very hard to collect. So we're going to do about 2 hours, 9 a.m. Eastern for Stardew Valley. Then from there, week 14, free schedule technically would be, because I've been doing this 4 years. We'll be out Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, so definitely be on a lookout. Hope you enjoyed the movie. Thank you for hanging out with me, watching this movie with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks once again. I appreciate it. And most importantly, I appreciate you. See you tomorrow.